Why do you make music? What is it you want out of this shit? Do you want money or do you want fame? Because you got to make the decision when you first get into it what you're actually going for. If you want fame, you're going to need a fuck ton of money. If you want money, shit, you probably need some form of exposure. So you're going to end up having to trade either time or money to get to where you need to go. So what are you willing to put in? How much do you want out of this shit? Do you want to go far? Do you want to live off this shit? Because you're going to have to invest either a shit ton of time or a shit ton of money. It's one way or the other. Buying shit that they're trying to sell you through all the ads and shit like that, 9 times out of 10, it's just some fake ass bullshit. That's the truth. You gotta pay to play, one way or the other. The biggest thing you need to do to grow on Spotify is collaborate with people. If you want to work with people who have higher numbers than you, then you need to end up paying most of the time or end up supporting them. You put in time supporting other people, then they're probably not going to end up charging you. And if they are charging you, then, well, they probably have a full schedule. 9 times out of 10, when someone starts to charge, it's because they got a full schedule. It costs them money to work with you, if you think about it. If I've got a drop planned every single week for the next 6 months, and I've got to take time out of that to help promote yours because I'm not going to be a piece of shit and I'm not going to sell you some work and then not help promote it, that's going to cost me money on something that I could hold 100% of royalties on. Which is why most of the time, even when someone's your friend, if they're making beats, they're going to charge for that shit. They have to. Because if they don't, I mean, shit, I'm taking a week and I'm going to end up making 50% because I'm hooking you up with something, either on a collab or on a feature. The more people you got on a track, less profit you can end up making off the shit. You're gonna pay one way or the other. It's just something to think about. Producers who don't quite know that shit yet, or rappers who don't quite know that shit yet. A lot of times someone's not being an asshole, but they could release something and keep all the money for themselves. Like, a lot of us do this shit for a living. A lot of this keeps a roof over our head. They say to be really successful in this shit, you've got to put 80% of your time into marketing and 20% of your time into creating. I can't do that shit. I put 90% of my time into creating and 10% into marketing. If you want to start selling some beats and shit, a lot of ways to do that to make money. I don't do the BeatStars thing. I don't do any of that shit. My DMs are always open to anyone who wants to buy an exclusive. Typically, it's $100 a beat. A lot of times I do package deals, shit like that. I never advertise the shit because usually it's homies or fans of my work who end up wanting to buy shit. So that's the route that I go. I don't need to advertise. People like my work. You know, you've got to put in time to build your name. You've got to put in time to build up your reputation. It'll end up paying off for you in the long run. But if you sit there and you think about why has it not happened yet? What have you done to make it happen? You know what I mean? Like, if you're putting in 2 hours a day and you're like, man, that's good enough. What about the dude putting in 4? What about the dude who gets up at 9 o'clock in the morning and produces until 9 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock, 2 in the morning. There's people out there who do that. I'm one of those people. I put in 14-hour days making tracks, recording, dropping shit, and then I turn a profit. Not everyone needs to humble brag. You either got it or you don't. You know what I mean? I don't need to show the shit off. I make a humble wage and I ain't got to fucking pander to nobody. But if any of y'all need a little bit of advice, I'm happy to help if I ain't busy. Just be good. Keep up. Keep pushing. You got it.